I was born in Waverly, Iowa in 1947. I lived my entire life on a farm northeast of Waverly, about 3 miles. I attended St. Paul's School my entire life. I started out as a kindergartner and went through the 8th grade. After St. Paul's School, I went to Waverly Charlock High School, graduated in 1965, and then I went on to Wartburg College and graduated from Wartburg in 1969. In 1969, the draft was still in operation, so as long as I stayed in college, I could get a deferment from the Army. But as soon as I graduated from Wartburg, I was then eligible for drafting, and I was drafted into the Army at that time. So I had no choice. I was selected by the Selective Service Division to serve in the U.S. Army. I was 22 years old, which was many of the young men at that time were younger than I was. Some were 18, 19, and 20, so I was maybe in the middle of the pack at that time for the draftees. I'll try to keep this brief, but I landed in Vietnam in late August of 1970. I spent about 2 weeks in a secure area or in a base camp. Then I was sent out into the jungle with a group of 6 people 2 weeks after I had arrived in Vietnam. I had an extremely close call at that time, and I did survive that incident. I can get into that more detail if you like, but 2 weeks later I was associated with my regular group, a platoon unit, and we encountered some enemy and we were ambushed, and I did receive a small injury. I was shot in the left leg. I was then sent to a hospital in Japan, later to a hospital in Colorado, and then I was discharged. Did I get any letters from home while I was serving? I certainly did. In fact, I was probably the mail call hog in some of my locations, because my aunts and uncles and my family wrote me on a regular basis, and that was very welcome to receive letters and news from home. So yes, I did receive a lot of mail, which was very welcome when you're in the service and away from home. I think some of it comes back to my bringing up at St. Paul's School. We had a very religious program when I was going through the elementary grades there, and in fact when I was in Vietnam, I did carry a little New Testament in my pocket, side pocket, and I think that among other things got me through the tough times. I can't recall any in particular, but I do remember my confirmation verse was Acts 1:8. And that was basically go and be a servant throughout the world, is basically what that verse said. And I remember that distinctly, that the pastor assigned that verse to me on my confirmation day. Was Acts 1:8. I was proud to serve my country. My father served in the Army when he was a young man, and I felt it was my duty, even though I was drafted, I didn't have any choice, but I felt I'm here, I'm going to do the best I can to serve my country and to protect the other fellows that I'm with. I felt it was an honor to serve my country in the Army. I would hope they would write that I was an honest, caring person who was proud to serve his country and was proud to raise his family after he got out of the service.